If you upload it, they will come.
Hey, what's up, guys? Your boy Rodney383, Anime Real Talk TV, and I got my boy Ziploc Gore.
What up, people? Back for another episode of Game of Thrones.
Now, look, Game of Thrones, episode 3. Holy shit! Now we gonna get right into it. All right. Now, let's start off with what happens first. You know, you have Kat sending off her father, and we get introduced to a couple of new characters. Uncle Blackfish. Which I kind of like, you know. It seems that he's the elder or the oldest that's, you know, on that side of the family, whatever the case. And he's saying like he would take charge, dude. You know, saying kind of cool. What'd you think about it?
Yeah, I liked him. I especially like the part where he actually hit the target. Old boy couldn't hit it. He was like, trying to hit the target with the arrows, and he just came up and was like, "Man, get the fuck out of here. Let me take care of this." Take care of business. One shot.
Like old school Hawkeye. Like the Dark Knight Returns Frank Miller Hawkeye. Like he's just old as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also a cousin that we met, which I forget his name, but he seems to be the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? I'm not entirely sure on how much he fucks up. You know, he might not be a dumb motherfucker, but he do seem to be, you know, making the wrong moves according to Rob. You know, Rob gets in the shit about what he's been doing, and really even, you know, he been kind of messing up the game. You know.
Yeah, he impatient, real impatient. Or it seems that way anyway.
Exactly. And he not looking at the numbers. You know what I'm saying? They need every man they can get.
Mm-hmm.
And Rob brought that to him like, hey, well, Tywin can afford to lose that many men. So I was like, okay, well.
Yeah, they're down 200. I think 200 something men now. So it's like
200 something men. Yeah, so I was like, okay, well, this dude he fucking up. So you know. Now let's go on to Tywin. Now he calls a meeting. Now let's get into the seating arrangements, because I thought that it said a lot about, you know, just the order of, you know, people that get certain precedence in his presence. Like, you want to go into that?
Yeah, basically he's sitting down, and the rest of the Lord, you know, Varys, Littlefinger, and I forgot the old man's name. I think Pycelle or some shit like that.
Yeah, Master Pycelle.
Yeah, Pycelle. Yeah, he comes in, and I mean, 3 of them come in. They basically, I mean, Tyrion is standing there, and they basically sit down like, oh, they kind of scared of the nigga, or they don't know what he's gonna do, if he gonna snap or what. So they sit down in orderly fashion, so to speak. Then Cersei comes in, and she grabs a seat, and she goes to sit next to Daddy on the other side. Tyrion just takes the chair, just dragging shit like, and then knowing his father.
Yeah. I thought it basically showed the brown nosers, you know what I'm saying? And you know, Cersei by default, you know, just her birthright should be next to him. So, you know, I thought that it was odd that she didn't just make Baelish get up, that she decided to move her chair. But you know, cause she didn't have to. She could say, nigga move, you know. But you know, Tyrion just straight up, just straight G. Just, you know, I'm gonna sit at this side, you know. And I thought it showed a lot about the relationship, that, you know, they got a far distant relationship, you know what I'm saying? He'll gladly pull Tyrion in on things that he feels suitable for him, but, you know, really that's as far as it goes. If I actually don't need you, I probably won't talk to you till I do. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I also thought that what Tyrion did, I thought that was kind of like a big F-you to his dad in a way. Just like, he's kind of like, yeah, I'm distant from you, and I kind of like it.
And making Tyrion a master of coin, so to speak, or that's probably the regular title. But you know, a lot of things come off as condescending when they're doing anything towards Tyrion, whether it be a short joke or, you know, this job fits you because you're short, you know, whatever. But in the long run, I think it really suits his, you know, attentive nature. You know, he pays very good attention to detail and stuff like that. Plus, when you got control of the money, you know, you can, in essence, kind of have the power. You know, get the money, get the power. So, I thought that in actuality, it seems like a great position for him, even if they did try to make it look condescending. You know what I'm saying?
The whole thing with him with the money, I think the whole theme of kind of Game of Thrones is that the people behind, yeah, the king and queen, they're powerful, but the people behind the shadows, people behind everything, that are working, in the shadows and whatnot, they're the real ones with power. In my personal opinion, that's how I see it.
Yeah. And now let's move on to Tyrion giving Pod the 3 women. I was like, oh man, look, best mentor ever, like straight up. And you would think, Pod being a, what is he, he like a servant or a gopher pretty much. I forget his actual title or whatever the case. But you would think he'd be more timid than what he was, but he was like, yeah, I did things, a lot of things. He was like all kinds of things. And I was like, okay, so he went in, and I was like, yo, Tyrion for the win. Let's go. I thought that was great, like getting his reaction and all of that. And the one girl was hella flexible. Oh man.
Yeah. She was ridiculous.
Yeah, she was fine.
I also thought it was interesting that he was trying to find out, he was like, Littlefinger's a magician, and Littlefinger has been borrowing too much money. And Tyrion, when the guy came back, he was able to kind of figure out that Littlefinger is up to something, and he wants to know all the details and all of that. So I think that's going to be interesting to play out. Tyrion versus Littlefinger in a way.
Yeah, because even when him and Littlefinger was talking, the situation with Roz came up, and to not know, for him to know specifically that it had to be some type of, ploy by him to like get past his sister in some type of way. So he know what nothing going on between them. So it was like a completely false thing, but he knows the actual horror is, you know what I'm saying? So, he keep that in his back pocket for whenever his daddy want to know, whenever Tywin want to know, well, who's the whore? So he can always have that in his back pocket, and he can hurt Tyrion that way.
Exactly.
So by him knowing about the Ross thing and knowing it was like a fraudulent, made up, I don't know, ad-lib type of thing, he knows the actual thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I predict that he's very good with whores, and I predict that he's gonna keep that in his back pocket. So I thought that was interesting. Kind of letting them know, but not letting them know. I don't know.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Now, Jon and his group, they stumbled across like a mass horse killing. I'm talking dismemberment, pieces everywhere, but they're in a spiral shape when you look up above. Like what did you think about that? Obviously it has some significance, but I'm not sure what the significance is.
I was thinking it was like a rival house sigil or something like that. I don't know, maybe it was I was thinking maybe White Walkers, but I was like, maybe, I don't know. It's hard to say what that scene was trying to do.
I think looking at it, only White Walkers would have did something like that, because you're out in the wilderness, it's cold as fuck. Like, who got the time to do that, to split horses in half? It seemed like something that only White Walkers would do. But that's just me. I just don't know exactly what it means. You know what I'm saying? Also, they spoke of the crows. They were like, well, where the crows at? He was like, yeah, they was here. You know what I'm saying? So he basically saying, well, you already know what they is then. White Walkers all day. And, it might have been a combination of, like, the crows that was with that leader, White Walker, walking towards, I don't know, at that point, did it happen, like, did they die at that point? So that's like, that happened, they died around that time, and the horses got laid that way around that time, and this is like them finding out after the fact. But very interesting, because it definitely was a pattern. So I was just thinking, like, what is that pattern? It's too symmetrical, but
yeah, exactly.
Good stuff. And Mance is taking his group of wildlings, and they're going to hit Castle Black, because they know that the crow situation out there, so they're gonna hit it while it's unguarded. So actually, it's a good tactical plan, I guess. But they don't know that them boys over there and the White Walkers are already over there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, that's gonna be interesting. Jon's reaction to that. Like,
you know, they bound to run into each other at some point. So, you know, I think that's very interesting. It's just gonna be an epic battle of like zombie frozen people versus regular people. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
I was just saying, I thought it was interesting. I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see what John is gonna do because he seems to be warming up to the group, you know, pretty fairly now. So
Yeah, I agree with you on that. Also, let's move on to Craster's Keep, I guess. And you know, the crows that are left actually go back to him, and the smug look on his face. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, what an asshole. You know. What you think about that scene?
I don't know, man. I just want that character to die. He's such an asshole. But I'm wondering, you know, what happened to the boys, you know, because, you know, we all know that he gives the boys away to wildlings or White Walkers or whatever.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Yeah, you know, when the girl was giving birth, you know, Sam is observing it. I'm thinking, you know, maybe he's gonna somehow see another White Walker or whatever take the boy away, and he's probably gonna end up back, I don't know, maybe back towards the wall or some shit and meet up with John. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, cause they was cause she did rap like, whoa, what is it, like, you know, referring to the sex of the kid. So obviously he's still dropping babies off. He's still doing it, cause they still in fear that they gotta look at the sex. He keeps the women and the boys go to get dropped off pretty much. Right. So obviously he's still doing it, cause they still got that fear of what was going on. You know what I'm saying? Also, he was you know, a dick to Sam. You know what I'm saying? It was funny though. I ain't gonna lie. But, you know, it was just, you know, it's disgusting how he treat the women. That's probably the most disgusting part. He was like, what he said? He told the one chick, he was like, yeah, you can tell her she can bite down on something for the pain, or she can bite down on my fist. And I was like, what? You about to go up in there and slug her one? While she giving birth? You know, and I'm like, yeah, that's something he'd probably do. So, you know, he just an all around undesirable character. But
hell yeah, piece of shit.
But I like about this show is that you have despicable characters like that, and they don't always get their due. You know, they don't always get something happen to them. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
yeah, it's identifiable with real life. You know, sometimes people in real life get away with a lot of shit.
Yeah, you're right about that.
That I like that they're adding that. I mean, of course it's in the books, but to the show as well. You know, they're not afraid to show that yes, the good guys don't always win.
Exactly, I like that. Now let's go on to Theon. You wanna go on with Theon and what was going on with him?
Yeah, he's been being tortured, and some guy has been helping him out, and basically he decides to free him, and he tells him to, you know, leave. And Theon's like, you know, I'll make you, you know, I'll get you in a high position. He just rides off. I don't know. I get the feeling that kid is kind of playing with Theon. Like, whoever that guy is, he's kind of playing with him, and I don't know. I think he's playing a mind game with him. Because why would you just let him go? Like, what is his connection?
Yeah. It seemed like when, because they ran him down, they ran that nigga down with a mace. Dude was swinging a mace. He got a mace to the face. That shit looked like it hurt. I was like, oh shit. Oh man, he just got knocked the fuck out. And then out of nowhere, here come, you know, Robin Hood. You know, he's real nice with the arrows. But as you can see, it had to be a setup for Theon to at least get that far, or, you know, the guy wouldn't even caught up to him. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Exactly.
I don't know. I thought it was it just came in the nick of time. So I was wondering what was going on with that.
Yeah, it was too convenient.
Yeah, I mean, it was obviously a plan, and it was set up that way because he called him my lord and all of that. So it was like he came to get your boy. But the way it was a strategic thing. Him getting out when he got out, and him knowing that that they would come after him. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, but we'll see where that goes. You know, even so, Theon, he's probably going into even more bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So he'll get his. I can't wait to be, you know, Rob catch up with that. Well, quickly, just on Stannis, Melisandre has to leave. You know, his side after so long, and she'll be coming back, of course. But man, homeboy, he sprung. Got a sprung there, boy. Oh yeah. And so
Yeah,
you can see.
I don't know. She seems to have some type of spell on him. And she's like, your fire, your fire is not burning as hot as it used to, and all this shit. I'm like, yes,
Yeah, clearly. You know what I'm saying? Because what do you do when the fire ain't burning hot as it used to? I mean, you can go to somebody else that got that hot fire. You can go to somebody else that got some hot fire. You know what I'm saying? And she's saying, well, it's other people that got your blood. The way she looking at it, she could pick anybody that's in his bloodline or family or whatever to be king and tell them the same bullshit. You know, I thought that was, you know, that's what I got from that, you know. Quick thing about Arya. We do see her in this episode, very briefly. And, you know, I like how the people surrounding her, or that the people that are keeping her, they are keeping her because they know who she is and whatnot. But it's not so restrictive to where as though she's like a prisoner. But you know it's that way, but it don't. It's they giving her like freedom. So I'm not sure exactly what their end game is. They may be on some noble shit, like straight up, I'ma, you know, do the noble thing. But you know, nobody's like that in Westeros. So we need to go ahead and I just think that something at the end of the tunnel is gonna happen, you know?
Oh yeah, I think definitely some shit is gonna jump off with them. I don't trust him.
Got your boy, I think his name Hot Pie or something like that. He's staying back. And you know, it makes sense. You know, he's a big slow one. He's slowing everybody down. He found somewhere where he's comfortable. You know what I'm saying? He can make his little wheat bread and all that. And you know, it's good for him. You know what I'm saying? Because he would only slow everybody else down. So if you think logically about it, that's probably where he should stay at. So you know, it is what it is. He did become less of an asshole throughout the episodes as they were together. You know, but you know, kids are little assholes anyway. So you know, I don't know. I guess kids being kids to a certain degree, but he was annoying. It is what it is. Now, and plus the group of Arya and Robert's bastard, you know, they're moving along. So I like that. You know, let's move on to Dany. Now, first off, you got Jorah and Sir Barristan. They button heads a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you can see it. Not much tension in terms of, like, you say something, I'm gonna whoop your ass. Like, not tension like that, but just a little tension. It's like ever Jorah say something, then Sir Barristan got something to say, or vice versa, or you know, she's consulting both of them when Jorah was that guy all the way up until now. So it seems a little, you know, flip-floppy or whatever. But what you think about it?
Yeah, it's just a clash of ideas, and Dany is definitely becoming more commanding because she was like, "Look, don't ever in front of people, don't ever do that shit again." I was like, "Damn."
Yeah. I thought that was.
Him the low hell. I thought that was
that was pretty sweet, cause you gotta think that the guy, I mean, he was straight disrespecting her all that time.
And
like,
she can't understand him, so he just like whatever.
Really, it all comes down to, do you have something that I want? And at the end of the day, up until that point, he didn't think, oh, this bitch ain't got nothing that I want. You ain't got enough money to get a couple of soldiers. But let's move on to what you know, Daenerys offers for the army. You know what I'm saying? Let's move on to that. You want to take that?
Yeah, she offers a dragon, which honestly, I don't think she's gonna do that realistically. I think she's gonna have one of them dragons, kill him, burn him alive. I think that's just a farce.
Yeah, cause you gotta think about it. You get all of the people in the army on her side, right? Let's think about this. All of the people on her side, now they belong to her. Like, you know, you ain't no going back. I paid the money, or I paid my fee. You belong to me now. So even if the guy was to hop up after the fact and try to give them orders, ain't gonna fly. So he defenseless at that point. You take all of the army, he is defenseless. So what's to stop you from just getting the dragons to just burn his ass to a crisp? You know, extra crispy. You know, flame broiled with cheese. You know, so you know, that's what I was thinking. But we'll see. And the biggest one, oh, she ain't giving up your red boy. Come on now.
Oh nah.
it got to be the red one. That's the biggest one. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and up until this point, he didn't know that she had dragons. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, naturally, you want a bigger slice of the pie, so you're gonna say, yeah, I want the biggest one. But, you know, he didn't even know. But, man, look, ain't gonna happen. You know, it ain't gonna happen. That's what I think. Once the army is in her hands, and let's not forget about the side piece that she got on the side. It was like, boom.
Right, she took his translator, basically.
Yeah, his translator, Miss Sunday. Now I don't know if it's Miss Sunday or Miss Sunday, like, you know, all one word. But she also said something to him, something to Daenerys when they're walking away about, you know, they're talking about, well, yeah, you're mine and you could die and da da da, and she says Vale Mokulis, and that's what. Now I think it may be different, you know what I'm saying, because, you know, words is different.
Oh, Jock.
That Jaqen said too, yeah. So, you know, I didn't know if that was like if she was from Bravos or something like that. I don't know the connection there, you know, because I don't know if that's something that only certain people say so that you can equate them with being, you know, with a certain group or whatever the case. But I didn't notice that she said that. But yeah, she hot though. Yeah, she hot.
Yeah, oh yeah,
like,
she is.
Like that, she got a side piece. That's like buying the drink and the burger and getting the fries for free, like straight up. I thought, man, she had balls to do that whole deal. You know what I'm saying? And it's only gonna turn out bad for the guy because of how disrespectful he was. I mean, let's just keep it real. He got to die. He got to die. You know? But yeah. Fuck him.
I also thought it was interesting when they were walking away, Dany said something about men dying and women staying alive or something like that. I thought that was...
I also like how... Because the way she approached it, she didn't want the people or the soldiers because of how they, you know, become so, you know, fierce as warriors. You know, they kill babies and shit like that. And, you know, Jorah really tells her, like, hey, you need people that's going to do stuff like that. You know, you ain't going to get to the throne from where we at now. You know, you ain't going to get there without some blood splitting. I mean, it's just a fact. And, you know, by the end of the episode, when she was making her little deals, she really did, like, she's coming into her role as somebody who's, you know, really doing what she has to do. But you can also see the, you know, that
fierceness.
Yeah, you can see that, and she's also still got that the little girl vibe to her. You know what I'm saying? She's not really like, you know, corrupt with it. It's like you understand why she's doing the things she's doing. You know, I thought it was very interesting.
Same here.
Let's move on to the last thing. Jaime, he's talked to her all throughout their little journey or whatever the case. And it seems today he's trying to, you know, talk some sense into her. Hey, don't try nothing. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got a chance. And, you know, she willing to go down for the team. Now, it gets to rape. I think I gotta try a little bit. You know, and that was a little disturbing to watch. I'll tell you why. Random chick off the side of the street raping, I would say it's fairly standard in Westeros. Let's just keep it real. However, watch Brienne being manhandled by 3 niggas nonetheless. You know what I'm saying? Because if it was 2, she probably could have just knocked them all out. By 3 people. And being manhandled like that, you can see that it kind of felt different because, you know, the way Brienne is and her upbringing and her skills as a warrior, so to speak, you know that's she strive not to ever find herself in that situation. You know, you training, you know these skills. So if somebody want to come up to you and start some shit, you can cut them in half. I mean, that's what you're doing it for. But when, you know, she got reduced to be helpless and violated, you know what I'm saying? And whimpering, you know what I'm saying? You really saying
that was pretty harsh.
Yeah, at first I was looking like, yeah, she like an Amazon chick. She acting like a dude, but then, when that happens, your perception of her changed a little bit. It's like, okay, now, yeah, you seem to be crying like every other girl, which is understandable, but it broke
Right.
her down to that level. Whereas though, all throughout we were seeing her as somebody who was like, yeah, she a girl, but she'll fuck you up. But when you see her get broke down to that level, it's a little disturbing to watch. Now let's move on to Jamie, and he's talking to the leader of his people that have captured them. Go ahead and take that, man. Go ahead and take that.
Yeah, that scene really fooled me because first of all, Jamie is basically doing what he has been doing best, basically talking his way out of everything. He even the guy when he had him down, he said, all your life you've been able to fall back on your daddy when you got into bad situations. Now, you've been able to talk your way out of, smooth talk your way out of shit. And at first, I'm like, really? I mean, they gonna let this character fall for that? Like, they're really gonna let Jamie go? I'm like, seriously, this is bullshit. And they had me. Like, I was fooled by that. I was like,
hey, you ain't the only one. You ain't the only one. Yeah.
I know they never about to do this. And then, homeboy takes out a knife and he's like, yeah, why don't you go sit over there? And Jamie, at first, he smooth talked him, and the guy was kind of going along with it, so to speak. And then when they got to the tree branch or whatever that was, that he put
like
on,
a tree stump.
Tree stump. There you go.
Yeah.
And he took out the knife. He's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, okay. And at first I thought he was gonna go with his eye out. Then takes the knife and just chops his fucking hand off. Like,
man, look, that shit. Like, number one, the cock back that he did. I mean, that was like just how far back he drew his arm and how quick it came down was like lightning fast, and the accuracy was surgical. Man, he chopped all in one chop. That thing was just
it was so fast that Jamie actually had like a late reaction because he was
yeah. Yeah,
like, he just started screaming.
Yeah, it's like the pain so much that at first you don't feel it immediately, but man, oh man, like he done now. He done. Like
without that arm, he ain't got no more sword skills. He finished.
Yeah, I did not expect that, man. That was the holy shit moment of the episode. And like also Brienne, when they brought her back, which we know is all bullshit because the dude ain't really fall for it or whatever. But he just followed along as if he was being taken in by what Jamie was saying. But when Brienne got brought back to her little spot, and the way she was looking at him, was like, huh, you actually did that. You got them to bring me back. She was looking at him, in a particular way, and I thought that was like, damn, I can't believe you helped me out. You know what I'm saying? Or saying thank you with just her look and not really, saying it. But oh man, that and it stood there like, oh shit, you can see the bone inside. Man, oh god, that was sweet, man. That was sweet.
Good way to end the episode.
Yeah, you could tell that the dude that was talking to him, he hold a real contempt for people that's royalty. You think you better than me and this, that, and the other. Relying on your date. Like, so, I mean, I bet it was like ecstasy for chopping that thing off, man. Like,
hell yeah, for him, yeah.
Woo, that was pretty sweet, man. I'm telling you. Holy shit. Now, Jamie, he going back without one hand. And, I forget. Is that his dominant hand or not? I'm not sure.
I think it is. Like, it was the right hand for sure. I know that.
Yeah. So, oh man, that was pretty.
Either way, he can't hold no sword, so he's finished. Like,
exactly, man.
And headbutt.
Man, he gonna have to tie a shield to his arm so he can hold the shield up or something. Man, and then, like, cause when somebody get their arm chopped off or their hand chopped off, you start instantly thinking like, man, what would I do if I got my shit chopped off? Like, of course, it would hurt. But, after the fact, after the surgery, you go to the hospital and all that, like, I was like, how the fuck would I function without my hand? Like, my dominant. Like, holy shit. I better start learning to write with my left right now, then. Like, oh, man. But, man, this was a great episode, man.
was.
Man, that was the holy shit moment. I swear to you. Oh man. Anything else to add?
No, I ain't got nothing else.
All right, guys. This is your boy Rodney383.
It's your boy Ziploc Gory.
And man, tell us what you thought about this episode. You know, if you can expand on a couple of things, you know, some backstory probably on Blackfish and the cousin, you know, go ahead and do so in the comments. You know, the little backstory is always helpful. And you know, keep it spoiler free. You know what I'm saying? Just spoiler free. But man, we'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Yeah, peace.